Hi, I'm MJ and this is Deeper Not Horse. Welcome to my channel. I have been a little bit quiet on my videos really recently, and that's just because it's been the holidays and I had my anniversary. So my husband and I went away to Cornwall for a little holiday and it was lovely. Such a nice time to just breathe and not have to be with people. But now life is back to normal. Work has started and yeah, but I do live in Scotland where it's dark a lot of the time, so I don't have much daylight. So the opportunity to actually create episodes is quite challenging for me. So I thought I would jump on today because it's a nice bright day, and maybe just talk about being autistic in the workplace. So I know I am incredibly fortunate to have a job and be autistic because that's quite rare. I just want to share some statistics with you. Most of these statistics I found from the National Autistic Society, and I want to clarify that these are based on people who are clinically diagnosed autistic. So there's very many people out there who are self-diagnosed or going undiagnosed. So they don't really fall into these statistics. So these numbers are not facts because I kind of consider, like, I've only just been diagnosed myself, but I've obviously been autistic my whole life. So 43% of autistic adults will lose their job because they have disclosed they are autistic. And like I said, it is very hard to be autistic in a workforce because sometimes people will look for a reason to get rid of you because they are either scared of their lack of knowledge of what autism is, or you just don't have the right personality for their desire. I don't know. 10% of autistic individuals receive support from their employer. Only 10% is really sad because the fact that there's actually about 55% of people who ask for help, and only 10% of that 55% get help. 8% experience workplace bullying. So they don't tell you when you leave high school that there's just going to be that person in life or a group of people in life who don't like you no matter where you are. So you leave school, you go to college, you go to university, you start different jobs, and you rub shoulders with people along life's way. It's hard. There's always people who seem to care that you're different. 16% of autistics actually get employment. 16%. Some websites say 22%. So it's a small margin anyway. And that is despite 77% of unemployed autistics wanting to find a job. So if you disclose that you are autistic before interview level, there is a high chance that they will give the job to someone else, even though you are quite capable and able to do the requirements of the job description. There is obviously laws in place to protect neurodivergent people, but discrimination is very, very much a part of this world. So I came across this, I think it was a YouTube video I watched, and it was made by Staffordshire City Council, and they were talking about having neurodivergent people in the workforce. And this is what they said, and I love it. Autistic individuals are often extremely loyal, reliable, conscientious, and persistent employees with high levels of attention to detail, concentration, and great memory. Valuable qualities in any workplace. I love that. So every company should hire neurodivergent people. Our brains are wired differently, but we bring so much more to the table. There's been many misconceptions when you tell an employer that you are autistic or neurodivergent in some way. They put you in a hole. They put you in a box rather of what they think, what their understanding of autism is, and then they're frightened of like, oh, this is how you're going to present, or this is how you're going to be, before they really even get to know you. Or the opposite can happen. You have been in a workplace for a while and then you disclose that you are autistic. And then they think, well, you don't act any of these ways, so I have no problem with you. There's nothing that I need to do for you. Which means making adjustments and asking for accommodations is really challenging because they don't see the struggles that you are masking all the time. And that happens for a lot of late diagnosed individuals. For me, I've had many jobs and I have struggled with so many different things in each of them, but I've only just been diagnosed this last year. So I've now got an understanding of why I've struggled so much. And in my current employment, I have gone to occupational health and asked for accommodations to be made, and they have been extremely helpful in helping me. And it's something that I'm getting reassessed every so often because I'm very new to discovering how to speak up for myself and to be aware of what accommodations I need. I know for me and for many autistic people, sensory issues is a major thing at work. So I've had accommodations made where I can wear my earbuds if I'm really struggling at work. But it's not just noise. Sometimes smells can be overwhelming. Temperatures can be overwhelming. Visual chaos is extremely overwhelming for me. I work with little children. So mess is a huge part of my day, whether it's resources or toys or just anything scattered around an environment. I am constantly tidying because that helps me to regulate. You have children who they regulate by making a mess. It kind of, it's not helpful for me. And it's hard. I don't enjoy it at all. If I have a day where I'm feeling dysregulated and a lot of things are happening and a lot of new information is being brought to me, I end up getting to the point where I'm reaching meltdown. And when I get home, I'm so overly exhausted and done, and I can't receive any more input. And I know everyone can have a bad day, a long, difficult, tiring day, and get home and feel wiped. But it's just really different as an autistic person. It's even harder because you are constantly receiving information into your brain. What you see, what you hear, what you smell, what you touch, everything all at once. We don't have a filtering brain where we can kind of zone everything out and focus on something. We're literally receiving everything all at once. And that's overwhelming. So yeah, meltdowns are hard if you have them at work. It's very embarrassing. You don't want them to happen. You would do everything in your power to avoid them, but it's not like you can choose when a meltdown comes on or not. And you just need to be in an environment that is understanding and kind, and that's not always the place for autistic people. So being employed is very hard. And so yeah, I just thought that's enough for me talking about workplace. In another video, I can talk about what accommodations you can ask for if you're an autistic person in the workplace, and whether or not to disclose that you are autistic. You don't have to. No one ever has to disclose that. It's completely your choice. But thank you for listening, and until next time, have a good day. Bye.